So what you need today, pair of matching weights would do nicely. Kind of got a medium lighter weight, something that you can press up overhead. So we got a little EMOM of some thrusters that we'll be using with those guys, and then we'll just need one of them for the conditioning at the end. All right, so let's get nice and warmed up. We're going to start down on the ground in our high plank position. We're going to be hitting some shoulder taps, so alternating hands touching that shoulder, hold for a good 2 seconds, back down, alternating sides, just to warm up that core, of course, warm up those shoulders as we start kind of holding some weight on them. Big shoulder day, big glute day, we'll be hitting those in pretty much every movement today, so we'll make sure that we are primed in those muscle groups for each one. All right, we're gonna go into some T-plank rotations, so you can pretty much stay down there, reaching that hand underneath and rotating that out to our T-plank. We'll just get a few on each side, trying to get some rotation, get a little bit of dynamics in that shoulder for support. We'll go one more on this side. A little oblique activation at the same time. We'll switch over to the other side. Actively pressing that hand down into the ground to create that nice stable base. Go one more here. And we'll relax. Hopping up to our feet, we'll get those legs warmed up with some lunges. We're going to add some scapular retraction at the same time. So taking a nice good lunge forward, we're just going to open up that chest, squeeze that back nice and tight together, close that, and switch legs. All right, so we'll just kind of alternate here. Again, just a little squeeze at the top in that back, just for about 2 seconds or so. And just get some blood flowing through those legs. If you're like me, you've been sitting around for the last couple hours, are ready to get up and get moving here for some equipped. Let's go one more each side. Squeezing that back, pushing into that ground through those feet. And relax. All right. So like I said, we're going to be doing some thrusters, so it's a squat press, kind of one movement here. 2 weights up on the shoulders, dumbbells or kettlebells, whatever you have. We are squatting down, driving that weight up, and one good smooth motion. So the game plan, like I said, an EMOM every minute on the minute. We're going to do 8 reps, okay? So as soon as we finish our 8, we'll have the rest of that minute to rest. We'll reset at the top of the next minute. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and lunge right into it. Make sure we have enough time for everything today. So we'll hop those weights up. We'll get ready in about 3, 2, 1. We'll go for 8 of those squat press, driving up overhead. Nice and strong each rep. If you have the options for selecting weight, we can always adjust that weight across our 4 rounds. But something that you can manage for all 4 would be a good idea. We have 2 more here. It's a good way to warm that body up. So we got about 10 seconds or so, rest that out. Notice I'm kind of taking my time, hitting kind of 1 rep at a time here, instead of just going full force for it. So let's get those weights up. Let's get it going. Round number 2, 8 reps, go. Coming back down, kind of that resting position. Then hitting that next one. Controlling that squat, driving those weights up. Hitting 8 reps. Got 2 more here. got us about 16 seconds to rest there. We have 2 rounds down, 2 rounds to go. Trying to make that one movement, but it's going to be a very controlled movement. All right, let's get up and get it ready. Round number 3 is going to be a very quick 4 minutes. Let's get down, 8 to go. Using those legs to help drive that weight up. Notice I'm not just dropping into that squat, but I'm almost pulling myself down towards the ground and kind of exploding out of that squat. Last 2. One more. And 8. All right. Again, about 16 seconds. Great timing. We've got one final round. Finish strong here. Get a great shoulder and glute warm up here with these thrusters. All right, let's get these weights up and ready. Last 8, let's do it. Good strong punch at the top, making sure we're fully extending those elbows up overhead. Two more. All right. Man, that was our fastest round yet. We have all of 20 seconds finish on that one. Okay, so let's take a minute, kind of collect ourselves. We're going to transition into just kind of the main event today, which is a little bit of conditioning. Still focusing on those shoulders, those glutes in combination today. So we're just going to hit you with one exercise at a time. Everything is going to be for reps today versus for time. We're going to try to squeeze in 3 rounds. We'll see how we do, okay? First movement is going to be a single-sided, single-loaded squat with a little bit of a twist. So if I were to hold this weight in my left hand, right, I would squat that down. As I come up, I'm going to bring that right knee up and rotate that elbow into that knee. All right, so there's our twist. We're going to bring that back down. It's going to be a squat, twist. All right, so we got 8 of these. Again, just like that thruster, kind of driving up out of that squat, trying to pull that elbow to the outside of that knee. I think we got 2 more. I've lost count. 1 more. Doesn't hurt to do an extra one. All right, and we're just going to switch that over to the other side and rock and roll right to the other one. 8 of them. Trying to get, think about kind of like a Russian twist. You're getting that whole upper body up and around. A little bit of that oblique action that we talked about, kind of in that warm up. Yeah, 3 to go. Trying to pull that knee up instead of just kicking it up. Last one. And we'll relax down there. So, I didn't really mention it, but that other hand, I do kind of like to keep up there for balance. But if you need to put that out to the side, overhead, behind your back, wherever you want to put that other arm, that is up to you. All right, so next move is going to happen down on the ground. I'm going to go to this side. It's going to be a half kneeling windmill. So what we're going to do with this one, whatever knee that is up, we're going to put the weight up overhead on that same side. So this is a good shoulder stability with, again, a little bit of oblique action. So our down hand, we're going to reach that down towards the ground. So we get a nice little rotation through that body, punching that dumbbell or that kettlebell straight up to the sky. And we're going to bring ourselves back to that starting point. All right. Again, we have 8 of these, counting all the way down
all the way up as 1. All right, and so we're looking to be in control here. Thinking about pulling with that oblique. Don't just drop yourself down to the ground and come right back up. Think about slow, good, controlled movement. Finding that rotation in the movement. You'll see that dumbbell in my hand is going to rotate as I come around. That's because my torso is rotating with this movement. Ooh, find that balance. Got 2 to go. In control each way. Once you get all 8, we can bring that down. Feel kind of that oblique, kind of that crossbody activation there. That's exactly what we're looking for. So I'm going to switch over to the other side. My other knee is up. Whatever knee is up, that hand is up. Same situation. Rotating down, get that hand to the ground. Find that stability in that hand up overhead. All right, try not to rush through it. Again, want to be very, very stable in that overhead shoulder. Make sure we're coming to a nice, good, tall position at the end of each rep. If you don't quite have the mobility to get that down hand all the way to the ground, we're going to get that as far as we're comfortable going. That's fine. You can focus a little bit more on that stability of that weight up overhead. And standing nice and tall here, pull that core in. Last 2 here. We'll go one more time. And we'll relax. All right, there's 2 movements. Third movement is going to be a little bit of a pendulum lunge, and we're going to add a press onto that, right? Glutes and shoulders, all about it today. So how this is going to work, I'm going to start with that weight on that shoulder, all right? Whatever hand the weight is in, your other foot is going to stay planted. So this is my right hand, my left leg is going to stay on the ground. All right, I'm going to take a lunge forward. As I come back up to stand, I'm going to press. All right, keep following that leg straight back. Bring that weight back down. Again, pressing as we stand. Okay? Down on the lunge, press on the stand. So this is what it's going to look like. Boom. So we're going for a total of 8 presses, which will be 4 forward and 4 back. All right, might have done that a little extra on that one, but that's okay. We'll switch over to the other side. Again, whatever hand that weight is in, other foot is staying still. Boom. So you have the option, kind of bring those feet together, or you can kind of keep that foot floating. Wherever your challenge is. One more time here. All right, pretty quick one, that one comparatively. A little momentum on those pendulums, okay? Just kind of balancing back and forth. Our 4th movement is going to be a bit of a lateral lunge, lateral deadlift kind of situation. So we're gonna let the rest of the shoulders on this one. You can take both of those weights here on this one if you'd like to. Or just take that single weight, whichever you would prefer. We're just going to lateral step out to the side, kick those hips down and back, and reach that weight down towards the ground. This leg's going to be fully extended. This leg is going to be nice and bent. Push back up to stand. All right, we're going to go all on the same side for our 8. 8 is that magic number today, just because it felt right. Trying to really push the depth of that lunge, and those arms are just kind of hanging in there. 2 more. Holding on to that weight. All right, once you get those 8, we'll switch sides, going out in the other direction. Great way to kind of work to open up those hips. Add a nice good lateral movement. We don't work too much in that plane during the day. So I like to mix it in here when we can. when we're focused on it. Big push on that down leg. Last 2 reps here. And boom. Alright, put that down for a quick break. We're going to move back to the top of the list. 1 round down. Those are our 4 movements. We're going to go back to that squat with that cross body twist. So let's go ahead, get that weight back up to that shoulder, to that front rack. Let's get those feet in that squat position. Let's go for it. We've got 8 times squatting with a twist. Great ab movement here. Again, with that controlled motion. Like I said, last round, trying to avoid just kicking that knee up. I want you to focus on pulling that knee and rotating. If you're not quite sure how to do that, just think about moving that twist very slowly. You'll definitely get a lift on that. One last time right here. And relax. Switch to the other side. 8 to go. And a reminder, like I said on that last round, that other hand can be wherever you need it. I'm just going to keep it nice up and tight towards those shoulders. Try to balance that weight as much as I can. Moving that body today. Hope you're ready for it. 2 more on here. Last one, number 8, and good. Bring it back down to the ground, and we're going to try to move this relatively quickly now that we know the movements. Transition one to the next. Whatever knee is up, that hand is up. We have those half kneeling windmills. Again, more of that oblique work, pulling across. See, that stability, all that much more important here on this one. Find that center line before you go back down into that next rep. Ooh. A little shaky this time around. Might have used some energy the first time. Work to re-engage that core each time I come back up to center. And the more that we can get this down hand towards that foot, all right, the more rotation we're going to have to include. Pretty sure that's 8. I'll bring that down, I'll switch it over. Whew. Knee is up, hand is up. Remember, bringing that other hand down to the ground. Try to give myself as much of that thoracic rotation as possible while keeping that weight right above that center of gravity. So you may have found out that a little bit heavier weight here kind of works against you. So looking for something a little bit lighter that we can maintain kind of that time under tension here. Press that arm up as strong as we are able. 2 more this side. Another benefit of moving slowly through this is you're not going to get very dizzy from rotating around, looking up at that dumbbell, and coming back around, and we'll rest. All right, so we got our quick pendulum lunges. Hopefully you figured it out the first time. It was a very clunky description on how to do this last time, but forward when you come back up, you're pressing. 8 times you're pressing, 4 times you're lunging each direction. Here's our 3rd each direction, and our 4th. And we'll switch to the other side. One more each way. All right. Quick one. Transitioning into our lateral lunge. I'll go ahead and right into it. as in typical fashion, we're just a little tight on the time, so we're going to try to keep these transitions pretty tight as we go into this last movement of this second round. And we'll try to squeeze in one more. All right, I think we got number 8 right here. And we're going to go into that other side for our 8 on that lateral lunge. Sitting back into that lunge, should feel that through that glute as you push up. One last one. And 8. All right. So we got about 4 minutes. And then when we get through there, we just got to keep it tight. All right. Back to the top. Those 8 squats with a twist. Let's go for it. Still pulling that knee up. I'm gonna try to really stay on top of my count. Maybe that's a big contributor to how long we're taking. Because I'm probably doing anywhere from 6 to 12 reps. Try to keep a little bit more on track of that. 2 more to the side. Hopefully that's accurate. Still pulling actively across. Switching hands, got the sun coming in here. Pulling across for our 8 on side number 2. Still making sure we get a good rotation on that twist. Hopefully that's 5. 2 more this side. All right, drop right down. We're gonna go to that half kneeling. We're gonna cut this one in half. We're just gonna do 4 each side here, just focusing on some slow rotation. So we'll do half the reps, but we'll do half the speed. All right, so I'm making sure that we're really focused on rotating through that thoracic spine. That those obliques are pulling us up, very much in control. Getting all the way around to rotate. Last one on this side, number 4. And we'll pull it around. So we mentioned all the time, don't always have to go heavier in weights or faster in that tempo. Sometimes moving slower is harder. A lot of times moving more slowly is more difficult. I can tell on that one, it kind of just fell down to the ground, so I'm going to work to control that descent a little bit better. That's number 3. Controlling that ascent. Last one on this side. Good. All right, off of Madam, we're going to do that pendulum lunge with that press. We got 2 quick movements left to go, so let's knock it out, finish strong. We got 8 of these pendulum lunge presses. Big punch to the sky. Each of those shoulder presses. You get your 8. Switch into that other side, and we'll get our 8 on this one. Shoulders are feeling good, hopefully. Hopefully you didn't go way too heavy on those weights. Let's pick something you can manage. And there's that. Have a quick break and about a 10-second reprieve. And we're going to our last minute here, these lunges. So we're going to kind of really sink into these lunges. Finish at a good tempo. Get that breathing under control. It's been a good workout here. Let's make sure we finish it up with some good intentioned lateral lunges. I think that's 6. And the last 2. Boom. And boom. Switch right to the other side. And our 8. Glutes definitely feeling it. Shoulders definitely feeling it. Got some great oblique action in today as well. It's been a good workout all the way around. Great middle of the week. Kind of pick me up. Crossing that hill towards the weekend. Last 2 reps here. There's one. And there's the last one. All right, we'll put that down. Give yourself a good round of applause. Appreciate you hanging out there with me, working so hard towards that last round. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.